It means we're live. It's happening. It's all happening.
That's
Like, you are not seeing double.
you're not seeing double. You can't see what's under the table, which is two guys in pants, two guys in shorts.
I want to apologize to everybody before we start this because we don't know what's going to happen.
We really
This is
have
super
no
weird.
clue.
This is super weird. This is a little bit later for us on a Thursday.
It's a lot later, but honestly, it's just when we have time. Because we've been out shooting sporting clays. And, you know, we've
So
got to
Gun
do
Talk
the
is
important
live
things.
now.
All right, we're live.
All right, so what are we doing? This is Gun Talk Live. Welcome in. Obviously, we have some guests today with us.
And we've got a desk.
And we have a desk. Thank
We got
God.
some guests.
Some desks and guests. Team Gun Talk here.
I'm Matt. Hi, how you doing?
I point to you, you talk. Like, that's how it goes. I point, you talk. And go.
I'm Gary.
My name is Gary. All right, so welcome in, welcome in. These guys are all in town. They are on the Gun Talk Media team, and we're kind of having a team week rendezvous to get together. And so we thought you guys want to come on the live with us and do stuff.
Feel free to ask questions too, because these guys are, gun industry
Hunter,
legends.
shooters.
Legend. Wow.
Legends.
Wow.
Legends.
No, they've
no
been in the
legendary
gun
stories.
industry for a long time.
Long time, yeah.
Been in the gun industry for a while, so feel free to ask questions. We're going to get to that.
And in order to pay their salaries, I am now going to read sponsor messages. Gun Talk Live is brought to you by Hodgdon, the gunpowder people. Also Benelli. For 10 years, Benelli engineers worked on a full redesign of the Super Black Eagle platform. 3 areas of focus: improved ergonomics, flawless functionality, updated design for modern waterfowling. The Benelli Super Black Eagle, or SBE3, inertia-driven shotgun is available in both 12 and 20 gauge. We shot both of them today. A bunch.
Pretty sweet.
And we have a range report for you coming up real shortly with features like an oversized bolt handle and easy loading system. Find out more at BenelliUSA.com. Lockdown.
Oh, yeah.
Lockdown gets even more high-tech with their Logic line of Wi-Fi-enabled security products. And you're buying it from a gun industry company and not some communist Amazon kind of thing. And we just went off the
And
air.
here we go. But no,
Wow.
but
Final
Ryan,
episode.
I think we've all had lockdown products on our safes or in our safes for a long time.
They've got the Logic Smart Plug, the Logic Secure Camera, the Vault Door now. Secure everything in your gun safe toolbox, even your home. And visit lockdown.com. Use the code GUNTALK10 for 10% off site-wide. Also, Smith & Wesson. You may have heard of them. They make guns. A variety of models, a slew of features. Next revolver is waiting at smith-wesson.com. The Colt 45 to... Did I say Colt 45?
You
The
did.
45
Oh,
Colt.
were you thinking of
It's
the
it's
beverage?
It's almost
Colt,
that
Colt.
time.
I need some Colt 45.
357 Magnum, self-defense hunting. They have scandium alloy frames, lightweight options, and you can find out more at smith-wesson.com. And Timney Triggers.
Timney Triggers.
you ever used a
Remington
Timney
700.
trigger?
Oh yeah.
I've got one, yeah.
The
That's my
new the new Glock triggers are pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Smooth.
Glock Triggers. Improve your Glock trigger. Even KJ can install it. For the Glock Gen 3, Gen 4, Gen 5 models, 3-pound pull weight, crisp trigger break, and their easy-to-install design. Find the Glock, the Alpha Competition Trigger at timneytriggers.com.
He's not lying. They really are simple to install.
All right.
And
they're sweet.
Here's the deal. They're so easy I can install it, but our editor, Michael Davis, he actually installed his AR trigger 3 or 4 weeks ago, right?
How was it?
It was great. It was awesome.
Was it
Easy.
hard?
Super easy.
Yeah. And I mean, you're not a gunsmith. You don't play one on TV.
Nope, not even on TV.
He's not on TV.
So, Gary, because I know Gary helps put together a lot of the graphics for our giveaways and stuff. How good is our giveaway this month?
Oh, it's huge.
Dude.
Yeah.
It's so
usually
good.
the- what, there's
It's huge.
it's huge. There's 7 prizes.
Yes.
7
Benelli
prizes.
Super Black Eagle 3, a case of Remington Hypersonic Steel, a case of Remington UMC9, Axle earbuds, Sky Pistol, $200 Galco gift card,
Yep.
Axle earmuffs,
Yep.
another $200 Galco gift card, Axle earbuds. All you have to do is go to guntalk.com/win.
Okay, this is something that has to be addressed because we keep getting emails. And I don't even know why I'm announcing it right here because a lot of people say, well, I don't have socials. Well, if you're on YouTube or Facebook, obviously you're listening to this, you can still enter just by signing up for the newsletter.
So they think you have to do more.
Right.
Yeah.
That's just for more entries.
You can do more.
Right. You can do more, but you enter with your email address and you are entered. You're
Done.
entered.
Yep.
Yep.
You don't have to do all of them to get one entry.
Right.
You just add more.
It only takes one.
And that's 100%
It only takes
true.
one.
I'm not sure what this meant. Jared Dennison, he says, hey, you guys, just disturbs me listening to the latest podcast with Ryan and Tom. I think, so we just dropped a Gun Talk Nation yesterday.
Yep.
It's
And Tom was
infuriating.
updating us on gun rights and gun control, proposed gun control measures, and what we need to do to fight it. Yeah, it sucks paying attention to the news sometimes and what the people are trying to do.
Yeah.
The left.
Yeah,
The left.
I just was trying to
It's
curb my
frustrating.
comments there.
But that kind of leads us into our first topic, which is the NRA and the NRA annual meetings that are coming up.
Yep.
But first, we do have to announce our winner, which is Jason Topaski off of Facebook. You have a long comment there. I'm not going to take the time to read it, but I did read it. And you do win. This week, I say we give some lockdown stuff away.
let's do it.
Yeah.
So we're going to give some Lockdown Logic products away for this week's winner. Make sure you check back next week and watch the live. Actually, just watch this one, comment, and then tune in next week and to find out if you won.
There you go.
All right. So the NRA annual meetings are coming up.
NRA. Yep.
NRA annual meetings. I'm going to ask each of you guys, do you think they will still happen? Because I think that's what's on everybody's mind. Is it
Like
going to still
odds?
happen?
Yeah.
What are the odds that NRA annual meetings actually take place?
They will.
Okay.
It's going to happen.
It's gonna happen.
Yeah.
I think solely based on that it's in Texas.
The fact
Anywhere
that it's
else?
in Houston, Texas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yep.
I think it's going to happen. In fact, when I checked the other day, the convention center didn't have a lot of onerous restrictions.
Right.
I've been
like-
checking that just to make sure. I think it will happen. And if you guys are in the Houston area, please, I encourage you guys, come by, pull us aside, talk to us. We love talking to you guys. We love talking.
We're going to have a special event September 2nd, Thursday, September 2nd.
Yeah, I can promise you this. Matt Johnson will be singing.
No, God,
Whoa!
no, no.
At
No.
the 8th Wonder,
What is Matt singing if he sings? That's what.
Sweet Child of Mine.
Yes.
I probably would.
Yeah.
I
That's what I
see.
would.
He would sing it.
I would
Yeah.
probably sing it. Gary and I are on the same
Axl
page with music,
Rose.
so
Yeah, you could
I
do
could
Sweet
do
Child.
the axle on the mic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's
I'm
beer.
gonna get.
would not-
it would
I'm
not-
gonna
it
get
wouldn't
you
look good.
a big handkerchief.
Well,
or
it's not gonna have the same.
scarf.
Hair, it's not gonna have the same hair flow, but
I've got a wig in the back. We'll get you.
Your encore is Living on a Prayer.
Yes.
So once you're up at the register,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
You
go.
can
Just
stay
keep
up.
going.
just
Yeah.
go. All right,
Yeah.
got it.
Interrupting this just in, Charles Hunter says, this is important, saw a significant amount of ammo on the shelf today at reasonable prices.
good sign.
Wiggity, what?
Good
Where?
sign.
Yeah, where
Yeah.
do
He's
you
not.
live?
Well, no.
Yeah.
No,
He's
no, we
not
don't need to
gonna
know
say
the-
that.
Yeah.
We just want to know what city. That's what I want to know.
He's saying was.
Well,
I mean, yeah.
Right.
I
He's
saw
got it now.
It's not there anymore.
Right.
Obviously, it's in my car.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's good. Hopefully, it's not reasonable prices like, whoa, it's only
Yeah. It's only
40
cents a round.
Yeah.
And you're like,
Right.
well, I remember it wasn't that 18 months ago.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are we at those times when it's? I remember it when it was.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Are we in those times?
All right, so we went. Are we talking about shooting today? Can we talk?
Yeah,
about that?
yeah, we can talk
So
about
we
shooting.
went out to the range today and shot sporting clays, and so I go in to find a bunch of ammo to shoot, and I got like a big box case of 20 gauge
Yep.
and a big and 12 gauge.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And we were shooting the Benelli Super Black Eagle
Three.
3s in 12 gauge and 20 gauge.
Yeah.
The 20 gauge, I already said they're not getting it back.
That gun's getting fought over.
Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah.
it's
Sweet.
It's so trim.
Yeah.
It is
It-
light.
It runs.
It shoots so well.
And
Yeah.
they
Oh.
obviously they're known for just eating whatever you feed them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we saw that today.
Wow.
Yeah,
And I was we had some not great ammo. I mean, not just
Keep-
old ammo.
Keep
The
an eye
grab
on our
basket.
Instagram page because it was an eclectic collection of
Old
classic ammo.
Oh, it was. And I think we're gonna get that video put together. We shot some video of us shooting and just having a good time, but we'll get that up. You guys will be able to see that next week. But they ran really well, and we had very, very new shooters, shotgun shooters, shooting them as well, and they performed flawlessly.
Yep.
Yeah. Now, talking about ammo prices, what's fun is we have these old boxes of ammo, and I'm sure you guys have done this. When you find price tags on them.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
It's kind of discouraging because we see where we're at now
Yeah.
when we're paying double, triple the price of it, and it's got a $5 sticker on
$5
it.
for
Right.
a box
It
of
was
20.
a box of
It's a
20
time
gauge
capsule.
Remington, right?
Yeah.
Sure shot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
$5.
$5.
Box.
Back when Remington was owned by DuPont.
That's right.
Oh.
Yeah, that's right. It had the DuPont logo.
Man, cow crazy. I've never shot a shotgun so far. The SB3 is a great place to start. I mean, they are pricey.
Yeah.
You're going to pay a little bit for
As
them,
far
but
as semi-auto shotguns go,
you're going to pay
they're
a
in
little bit.
upper part of
You know
the
what though?
range.
I've got to the stage though. It's like if he's going to get in it and he wants to buy one shotgun to shoot, spend the money because
Right.
Sure.
you will. I mean, price does make a difference, but that is one gun where it's like.
But
if
think
you were
about
gonna
what
get-
you could do with it.
Right. I was like, it's such
Yeah.
a universal.
That's it.
Exactly.
Honestly, that's true for all guns,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
So like,
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's whatever your budget is what your
Yeah.
budget is. But
Yeah.
spend what you can afford to spend.
Yeah.
Well,
Guns will last
It's a
forever.
As long as you take
buy
care of it.
once, cry once.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I actually just got back from the gun shop today, and I was talking to the guy behind the counter. He was like, "Man, I've got like 30 or 40 guns." He goes, "But more than half of them don't function because I spent what I had instead of saving up." And he was like, "I go with a friend and a buddy, and he's got 5 guns,
Right.
but they're all
Awesome.
like Geisley, like they're
Really
all
nice
really
stuff.
nice."
Right.
Like
That's
so,
interesting.
But at the same
Yeah.
time, we're in a day and age of the firearms industry where you can get a really good gun for a really good price.
Yeah,
Even today,
sure.
I mean, even for like, you see a lot of what can I get for under $1,000? You can get a really good gun
Yeah.
for $700, $800, $900.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
You can.
So-
Cow Crazy says, I've looked at the Mossberg 300 a few times. Mossberg is making great guns.
They do.
They
Yeah,
are cranking
it's
out
solid.
great guns.
Yep.
Emily from Faxon just chimed in.
Faxon, great guns. Just
This is
saying.
my favorite gun talk moment ever to exist ever.
exist ever.
That's awesome. Bobby says, lockdown, don't forget to protect your shower gun.
Yes.
Shower guns.
Shower guns. It's a thing.
It's a thing.
Yeah.
Man, I had dreams last night. Oh, man. Woke up this morning, 5 o'clock.
You have to stop
going,
eating gas station sushi.
I know.
Jeez.
Dude,
Yeah,
I
that'll
had
do it.
dreams. My house got broken into, and so I was going to take off my firearm, and I sat down, and the guy grabbed my legs, and I'm like, "Oh crap!" So I'm having to like pull the gun out here, and shoot between my legs. I'm like, I hope I don't miss. Like, and that's when I wake up.
Don't worry, KJ. You're not in the way.
Wow. Don't worry.
It grabs both my legs. I'm like, this is it.
This is what I've trained for.
This is it.
This is my moment.
Don't shoot.
Please. Yikes.
Jeez.
Wow.
I know, intense.
So all right, we went out there. We sent a lot of shot into the sky.
Oh yeah.
Oh, we punched those, yeah.
We punched holes in the sky. What did we learn? What did we
Follow
see?
through. Follow through. Follow through. Follow through.
Yeah.
For
When
sure.
you miss on well, Emily can tell us. Emily can tell us what we did wrong
Yeah,
because
she's-
she's a pro.
Actually, a good shot.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she
yeah.
went to college for this stuff.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, I found that sometimes the slower ones harder.
Yeah.
There was one
You're
station.
over-
There was one
you're
station
overthinking.
where all of us just tanked it, and
And it was like bloop. It was just this little bloop
Yeah.
target, and you're like, "What's that?"
Yeah.
yeah,
It was
Except for
tricky.
Michael.
yeah.
Michael
Later.
killed it.
Yeah.
But
But
I also yes, we shot the Benellis, brand new, super high tech, amazing. I also brought my grandmother's Model 12 20 gauge with a cut down stock. My grandmother was like 5 feet tall.
Yeah.
And shot that. Ran
And you
great.
shot it well.
It ran great.
Did you tell them that it
Broke
has
plays with
dial-a-choke at the end of the barrel?
Yeah, it's
That's
got
how-
the old poly
it was-
choke. You dial the choke
It
on
matched
in.
the ammo we were shooting, which
It
was great.
was-
But
Very awesome, old school kind of deal. It was fun. It's
Yeah,
fun to bring out the
I'd
old
say-
stuff.
I was gonna say
Yeah.
something. It was fun to shoot it because it's like this is what used to be like the tech, right?
Yeah.
I mean, the dial-a-choke was like wow, and it's just it's fun.
Michael's dad says, Ronald says, it sounds like a bit of the last FPD where I got shot right there. Like, yep, that's pretty frightening. That's been my life for the past few weeks.
Maybe that's why you're having nightmares.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's all near misses though.
yeah. That's all. As long as I'm wearing a cup,
Yeah.
we're good.
Were you wearing a cup? I
Yep.
was this time.
Yep. This time, I was this time.
This time.
Yeah.
Well, at least it wasn't point blank.
Yep.
Well, kind of.
The other thing that came out of today was repetition. I mean, I hadn't shot sporting clays in 2 years.
Yeah.
And that first time around, I was like, whoa. But by the time we got to like station 8 or 9, it's like, okay, I feel
Yeah.
it. I feel it.
Yeah, it's
But-
there.
But at the
somewhere.
same time, I also think that, there was no difference in shooting a 12 versus that 20.
No.
I mean, it's like, man, you'd think it's like the 12 is going to kick more, but it's like, man, it
Well, those
didn't. It was-
inertia-driven
it was
guns.
so
Yeah.
Those inertia-driven guns are the way to go, man.
Yeah. I mean, because we were throwing
Because
everything.
you don't think about it.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's I think the most intimidating thing for most new shooters.
Right.
Not saying that you're a new shooter, but you sit there and you anticipate like it's gonna hurt. And we had very new shooters.
Right.
They ran them fine too.
They shot all the
true.
stations. Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
Sarah shot all the stations.
Yeah.
Yeah. True. And broke clays.
Yeah,
They
and broke clays.
with us,
That's,
too.
yes.
Right.
And I noticed they're like, so we're all there overthinking it, and when she busts them, like they explode.
Yeah.
Right.
We're getting nicks and just barely breaking
Yeah.
off a piece. That counted. I mean, it still counted.
Yeah.
Dead bird.
But dead bird. My bird. But you sit there and she'd ambush it. She'd say, okay, it's going right, bam.
Yep.
And the bird would fly into the shot.
Yeah. This is true.
Just gamed it.
Yeah,
Just
gamed it.
Saw,
And
saw
did
the
good.
advantage. And,
Yep.
Yeah.
The other thing is, and I think what you're talking about is kind of looking at the clays, and if you don't do it much, it's like, oh, yeah, but it's like, oh, I need to really concentrate on the
Yeah.
clay, and then also going, where do I actually need to put this gun to break
Yeah.
it?
Right.
Because it's deceiving. And one thing is, the gravity is always at work.
Yeah.
So you go, oh, it's a crosser, but if it's going slow, it's going to hit the ground. Like
Yeah.
it is dropping. I know it looks like it's all just left to right or right to left, but you got to maybe some of these you have to actually be under it and
Yeah.
in front of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's always something that I have to try to remind myself
Yeah.
of.
So the last station we made kind of fun, and we shot wrong-handed. So whatever your opposite, eye is basically. So tell us about that. How'd that
my
go?
Oh, it was a mess. I mean, that was.
It
was
was
good.
like watching a baby deer try to walk.
Yes.
It was
baby
like
giraffe.
A baby giraffe. It was just like, hey, put the gun on the other shoulder, and you're like, oh, how does this work?
Where's my shoulder?
Where's my shoulder?
The best was Gary. He'd actually physically look at his
I'd have to
shoulder
watch it in.
and line it in.
And all I could see was the right side of the gun.
Yeah.
All the, I couldn't make this eye
Your
close.
dominant eyes just staring out there.
The target goes, and you're like, let me see it.
I don't know what's happening.
You missed it.
Yeah, and then I'm punching the trigger out here.
Yeah. Try that out. Try to shoot wrong-handed.
That was fun.
sometime.
It was
Yeah.
funny because it makes you think.
Oh,
You
yeah.
can
do it.
You can do it with a rifle. You can concentrate, close your eye, put the sights on, and hit it.
Yeah.
Right.
It's
When you're
it's
swinging?
totally wrong with a shotgun because your eye is the rear sight, and so doing it wrong-handed,
If
doing it
you've-
off your offside.
If
it's
you've
just-
already seen other guys shoot too, you know which direction they're flying.
Right.
yeah,
But your brain is telling you backwards. So go
it's
ahead.
so weird.
Which one's
But-
coming first?
But I try to shoot. I kind of grew up not realizing right, left, right.
You sort of switch
so
shoulders a lot.
I switch shoulders a lot.
Right.
So it's a little bit more natural for me to swing I'm not even going to finish that statement. I'm not going because I know you guys are going to jump all over it. I can shoot.
Anyway,
I do better shooting off
If
of
you
both
shoot
shoulders.
both ways, it increases your odds by 50%.
Yes. There you
That's
go.
what he's saying.
Yeah.
Your hits.
Yeah.
Yes.
You hit it more.
That's right.
Wait, that's not better.
Wait.
Never mind.
Is it? Oh.
Jeez.
And we're off the rails.
And
there we
there
go.
you go. Yeah,
right.
it's off the rails. So what else?
Well, we talked about you guys feel free to chime in, ask these guys questions because you guys are firearms industry like staples.
Sure.
So give us a little bit of your background because I don't think a lot of guys know that you guys are shooters, hunters, and have been in the firearm industry decades.
Not multiple. I've
Decade.
decade and a half now. Seems crazy. But I've always approached this, I've always been on the sales side too. And so
Right.
that's what I do with Gun Talk here is I help with partnerships and that sort of thing. But I came into it as really kind of the hunter's perspective always. Minnesota guy,
Yeah.
but I grew up that one weekend a year in November, deer hunting, rifle hunting, and then it took me getting out of college and I got into bow hunting. And then once I got into the industry, then is when I started becoming more of the gun guy, being
Yeah.
around, being around guys like yourself, but also, talking with Hornady and Remington and Taurus and Benelli and just being around it, you have to pick it up because the one thing about this industry is when you're at the events, if you can't talk it, they're going to see through you real quick and they're just going to see you as another sales guy. And it's like, okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Can't do that.
No, you can't do that. So I shot for a long time.
Yeah.
I've been in the industry for, like I said, 15 years.
So I have a question
fun.
for both of you guys. So being into the industry, do you hunt more and shoot more, or is it less than what you used to do?
You go first. 'Cause you
it's-
came from within. You came from within
Yeah.
the industry,
You may remember Gary from such roles as Crimson Trace marketing guy.
right?
Yeah.
Right.
For 10 years
Yeah.
or so, you were
Yeah,
with
it's
Crimson
about
Trace?
10 years.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Just
So-
about. I would say it depends whether you get a chance to do it more or less. Depends
Yeah.
on maybe the time of year and what's going on. So
Yeah.
sometimes you'll get tons of trigger time,
Yeah.
and then other times you're just looking out the window wishing,
Yeah.
collecting gear.
You collect gear,
Right.
collect gear, and then all of a sudden,
Yeah.
like, because I've got a lot of friends that are like, man, you got the best job. And I'm like, man, you don't see the days.
I mean,
that-
I think every
It's
one
not
of
a
us.
bad
I
job,
think
but-
everyone-
Right.
Oh, it's
Right.
wonderful.
Yeah.
But there are days, like there are weeks, months that we go and we're like, I haven't like
Yeah.
gotten on the range in a long time.
Few rounds at a time.
Yeah.
And they're just
No, I hunt and shoot less now because I spent 10 years on the ad agency side. In the last 5 years, I was with Arctic Cat ATVs and Snowmobiles dealing with this industry, and I hunted and shot way more those
Way
5 years
more.
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
I was the one being taken out. But now that my kids are 12 and 11, I'm getting back to shooting more because of them. But industry-wise, no, on the sales side, I
Yeah.
no,
It's
I
funny you say that because my kids are of that kind of learning to shoot and getting into hunting age, and it's even though I like hunting, I like shooting. Well, I love it, and
Right.
it's a weird thing for most of us in the industry because it's what we do for work. It's also what we do for a hobby.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
And
It's hard to
It's always
draw
with
that
you.
line, like
But the
where
kids
work and fun.
are even pushing me more because this is work. Like Monday through Friday, it's work, and so sometimes you're like, well, I'm just gonna chill out and watch football or whatever. But I'm like,
Oh, let's go.
Saturday,
Yeah.
I want to get
go
them
shoot.
out shooting because I'm trying to get them comfortable with guns and kind of
Yep.
create a love of
Right.
hunting and shooting
Yeah.
and familiarity with all.
Well, and
of
that's
that.
what they're going to take for the next generation. Like
Right.
they're going to remember those times with dad in
and
the field. That's
and
what they do.
Dads with daughters, take them out.
Yes.
Get them shooting.
Oh, yeah.
They're like, well, if you have a boy, I guess you'll get them out hunting. I'm like, "Psh,
Yeah,
I got-
girls.
I got
I'm
daughters,
and
yeah.
they're going to go
Yeah.
too.
they can go.
Because you're always scouting ducks or like early season and everything else. You always have your daughters with you.
Yeah.
I mean,
just
and
get them
that's cool.
outside. They love it.
Yeah.
Have them take long for sure. I mean, my kids were little. So in Minnesota, we got every state has it, kind of like a game fair, sports, expo in the summer, or whatever. But my kids came along and just had the earmuffs sitting next to me when I'd go to the game fair.
Yeah.
And just being around it from that, I mean, they were 3-4 years old.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
My
You know?
kids went to the NRA show. This is kind of bringing it full circle. A couple years ago, and just walking around, and I was working, and they were with my wife, and then I meet up with them, and they go, Dad, we saw the crazy quail thing. We got to get one of those. He's the big thrower that throws them all over. Like, Dad, we went inside this big blind, this deer blind box thing. You can fit like 6 people. We need one of those. And of course, you're like, yeah, all right. Yeah. Talk to your mom about that.
And Mom's like, what did you do?
Yeah.
This is awesome. All right, we do have a question.
Uh-oh.
Bobby says, what's your favorite hunting cartridge? He's just throwing softballs at you. There you
That's
go.
so easy.
All right,
Thank you,
favorite
Bobby.
hunting cartridge.
Go.
Me, I'm a big fan of 22-250. I have always been fascinated with
And
that
why?
cartridge.
Spoken like a true guy from Oklahoma.
Well, where I grew up, I could hunt everything with that.
That's exactly.
And so in the fall, like I can take that, and the gun that I have is just a TC Venture, and I love that gun. I had a Howa 1500. That was more of a bench gun, like prairie dog gun. But in Oklahoma, in the fall, you could take turkey with it. So
With a 22-250
yes,
headshot.
Oh, yeah.
and you could take them out at distance. So if you're sitting there in the
you
stand,
can defeather them when you shoot them.
no, it's so accurate
Yeah.
that you could take the heads off.
Got it.
And I know I hate to say that, but I mean
is.
I don't want to ruin meat.
Yep.
So
Yep. Here's
what it
you know,
is.
No,
so
it's-
so that I would say 22-250 is kind of my go-to.
Yeah.
I'm looking for one. Looking for a favorite.
I'm-
I mean, because I'll right now
I'm
I'll say
open.
right now right now I'll say 30-06 because most
Standard.
most experience with most guns in the safe chambered in.
Yeah.
So, I mean, but
It'll kill everything.
Yeah.
exactly. But I'm
It's
on the look.
That's an often forgotten round.
It's
and
because it's
that's
such an old cartridge.
Right.
That's so
Yeah.
sad because you get a lot of these 6.5 Creedmoors and 6mm, and you get
I
all
got
these new and fancy
I got
rounds.
a
but
300
we-
rum or whatever.
Yeah.
You're like, 30-06
We
will do that
forget,
too.
we forget the 22-250s, and we forget the 30-06s.
You know
a
what's
lot of times.
what's a
Those are
good one is a
standards.
25-06.
Yes.
It's a dude. There's more
25-06.
more people in Minnesota are shooting that for
Yeah.
whitetails because that is a great gun.
It's a
Into-
30-06 neck down to 25
It's-
caliber.
yep.
So it's going fast. It's flat shooting.
It doesn't kick nearly as much. It's great. I personally I got my 270. I'm just in love with it, and I got that. I'm on my second one, and intentionally I use it for whitetails. As I said, we were talking earlier. It's like coming this September will be my first out-of-state rifle hunt for antelope. But I got that gun with the intent of if I go west, I can shoot mule deer, I can shoot elk, I can shoot antelope, if I can, because you can load that 270 really light down if you wanted to, and so it's just a nice universal for what I do personally.
I have a really wild one for you. How about 308? I mean, you can find the ammo everywhere.
Right. Yep.
It's everywhere.
Yep.
And it's
Proven,
not a long
can
action.
do.
Yeah.
Or a 7mm08 is kind of awesome as well.
Another good one.
I had my
not
first
not a
experience.
heavy kicker, but
I had my first experience with that gun this fall. My daughter shot her first deer with the 7M8, and my niece shot her first deer with that same
Really?
rifle, opposite-handed, on the same day as each other.
Long-handed, yeah.
That's a sweet gun. I had no idea.
That's a great
That is a
cartridge.
great cartridge.
So
That's
Bobby,
that's a really good question because I mean I love them all, but there's a lot that I don't have a lot of experience with that I'd love to, like the 7mm08 would be a great one.
yeah.
But
No shortage of good ones out there.
No.
right.
It really, to me, it really depends on where you live and what you're going after and what you're. I mean, because there's
For sure.
You know.
For
Yeah,
sure.
Luke Caprid, welcome in, buddy. He says the 270 as well. He's kind of a fan of the 270, and that's one of them that I don't have a lot of experience with. But we've got the Benelli Lupo in, and I'm really excited to
I'm
run
jacked
that.
for that one.
Yeah.
That's going to be a cool one. That gun looks like a Ferrari.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
it's,
it does.
It's in
It's a
Benelli.
Benelli-
It's got
it's
it's
Italian.
Benelli body, man.
Yeah.
it's designed by Italians.
Yeah.
It's
going to be
sexy.
super
Yeah,
styled.
I'm excited for that because I don't
So-
have a lot of experience with it. But I mean, the box, even on the box, you're like, this looks like a
Premium.
race car.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, guys. Well, that is it for us.
Yeah.
And we will see you next time. Thanks for being with us.
Absolutely.
And
Thank you.
we hope you guys have a good weekend. And that's it for us on Gun Talk Live.
That's it. No more.
No more.
Thanks for watching Gun Talk Live. For more great gun content, subscribe to our YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter pages. You can always watch the Gun Talk channels on Roku, Apple TV, and Amazon. And of course, you can always find us at guntalk.com. Thanks for watching.